In this video, we're going to look at archiving. So we're going to ask ourselves, how do I archive an older bill sheet or regulation sheet so that we can make sure that we're keeping our accounts clean and set up the way we want. So let's take an example here. We can go into, let's say, vote by phone. That's an older one. And so let's say I want to archive that. And then I'll notice that I need to head to my Manage tab. So I want to make sure that I have my settings on my account such that I have the Manage tab visible to be archiving. Now, if I have widgets tied to this bill sheet, it is recommended that you copy the bill sheet. You wouldn't want to copy the alert settings, so you can copy the bill sheet, and then you can come back into the Manage tab, say Archive, and save the archived. And that'll enable you to keep the existing connection that you need, and you can edit the existing now sheet that says vote by phone to, move it forward if you're making these savings and archiving decisions at like the change of session years, etc. All right. Now we'll notice that this is archived, and we'll also see when we come back to our full list here that under the status column, it will have flagged it as archived, which is great. So we know that we've accomplished what we want. If we want to move it off of seeing it on our day-to-day list, we can edit ourselves as users. We can come to Manage Users and we can say Edit. We can come to whatever tool we're looking at. In this case, it's the bill sheets. I have a lot, so I'm just going to go ahead and cheat and say Filtered. And so copy, we can say copy of vote by phone, and I have that flagged as archived, and right now it's on Manage, so it's still visible. So if I want to hide it from myself, I can change that to none and hit save. And then in about 5 minutes or so, that archived copy will be off of my day-to-day list, and it will be kind of tidy and out of the way, and I'll still have managed to save a snapshot of my hard work on that particular topic. Now, if I come down to regulation sheets, I can archive one. Let's take disability employment and say I'm ready to archive that. Again, I'm going to come to my Manage tab, so I want to make sure I have the settings such that I have the Manage tab accessible to me if I'm doing this archiving. Again, because you could have it tied to a widget. If you do have it tied to a widget, it is recommended that you make a copy and save and archive the copy so that your connection to your widget stays in place. So let's take that premise. We can say copy. Again, we can turn off the alert settings on our copy. And then we would want to come back in again and say archive and then save the archived. Again, we'll have the flag show up here, which is great. And furthermore, we can again follow the same steps we did before and go in and edit our settings. This time we want to come to the Regulations tab, and we would want to turn the Manage to none, and that will in a few minutes take that off of your day-to-day regulation sheet list. So we've saved a snapshot and we've kind of held it away for a rainy day if we ever need to come back in and look at it. So that is how you can archive an older bill or regulation sheet and then edit your settings so that the archived copy is out of your day-to-day workflow. I hope that helps. Let us know, as always, if you have any questions.